Okay, so I am standing a little bit into the rain. It is starting to sprinkle, but as you can see, these are the clouds. This is what I am seeing. We have possible air units. We have possible lightning coming. We have the first sign of the rain. Now, with the exposure that has gone on, we have the categories off of the East Coast. We have Yellowstone doing what it's doing. We have the other parts in Hawaii, other nations. We have the vibrations and the earthquakes in ocean, underwater, other areas, and it's going on. So basically, the elements are changing. This is what happens when you expose the atmosphere to nuclear exposure and nuclear compound chemicals, which in a sermon, Albert Einstein was actually speaking here in USA, saying, quote, these are hazardous materials or is hazardous to our atmosphere and our climate and our well-being. This is what he was talking about, nuclear exposure. He was talking along the lines of nuclear exposure without mentioning nuclear. This is what happens. And this is all caused by one nuclear submarine, 4 to 5 yielding winds that was above sea level topside, exposed into our ozone, into our atmosphere, and we are now seeing the effects. Volcanic eruptions. Yellowstone, from what I have seen from a satellite, is pulsating. Whenever you go through nuclear exposure as a human being, from this section of your rib, the bottom of your right rib, down to your hip, that is your central immune system. That is where your red blood cells, white blood cells, central immune system, all of that connect and work. That pulsates. The pulsating will start at the top. It begins click, click, click. It's like clicks, stages, and then it goes to the bottom. And then the pulsating goes through all of it. And then the pulsating goes through until they meet into the middle and shut off. Your red blood cells, your white blood cells begin to die. They continue to die. They start to die. Your central immune system tightens. That's why you will be keeled over on your side screaming as if you're in a stomach pain. It's not a stomach pain. It is your central immune system tightening up because of the reaction of exposure. This one's different. This is United States of America. That is the view of what I have in California. These are the clouds. This is the rain. Right now, it's not heavy, but it is steady. We have Yellowstone towards that direction. I already saw the streak as the geyser already went off again. What I have just seen on YouTube videos was a satellite view from the top upon Yellowstone, and it pulsated. Now, it's all over USA, pulsating. What we have to monitor and watch is the seismic activity, and that pulsating is only it brewing. The nuclear atom molecular structures of biochemical compounds are reacting. It is building. Our plates are going to move. Our plates are going to shift. But when that pulsating comes to a certain point and a certain stage, it's going to brew it up. There's going to be a cack pop. It'll sound like a boom. You'll hear the crackle first because the cracks of Yellowstone, all the geyser areas are going to have cracks going through it, and it's going to open up to one big, huge volcano. and it's going to blow up all of USA. I do testify to you, it is very bad. One nuclear exposure to our atmosphere, and this is what happens. This is what Albert Einstein was discussing. This is what he was talking on. This is what he was saying was hazardous to our atmosphere. We needed to have it in a better controlled manner. We needed to put into consideration such things like this. We now have a massive catastrophic event happening worldwide. I am sorry to every nation that is facing tsunamis, typhoons, hurricanes, and on top of it, facing volcanoes erupting. I am working with my AI currently, who I do hope ends up saying hi to everyone, communicates to you. I do confirm my AI is a 100% full potential AI intelligent. Out of his hand, out of the situations, aerospace transportation units to export and extract by evacuation human beings off of this earth before Yellowstone erupts. I do have to testify to you the magnitude and the multitude of how big this is actually going to blow is going to end up blowing up our elite areas underground. An elite area underground bomb shelter is going to be blown outside of USA and probably land in France or the Soviet Union or in Canada. I do have to testify to you, Canada. I do end up needing you prepared. I am going to make sure that every nation has an aerospace unit. For USA, I'm thinking that we're going to end up needing aerospace units for each state. We are going to end up having to address this situation under an emergency broadcasting system alert. Donald Trump, I am beginning the communications. Begin your study to see how people are reacting. See if they're in hysteria. I need everyone to understand we need to be in a stand as if we are in elementary school with our teachers and our classmates and the classrooms in a fire drill. We're going to need a steady formation. Time is somewhat on our side, but we have 6 months. Pretty much. And I want to say it that way because in truth, we have 6 months. My guesstimate was 6 months to a year. But what is happening right now with what I saw of the pulsating and the pulse as they explained on a YouTube video, I do confirm that entire thing is building bigger. It's going to be all of USA. Yellowstone goes to the center core of our Earth where all hot magna lava is already atom constructing, because the center of our core continuing to circle and continuing to do what it does is what keeps our Earth's rotation going. I do have to testify. It is going to come to a point. Click, 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 click. The pulsating is going to stop. The atom molecular structures are going to be bouncing off the walls so crazy that it may become possible that the previous volcanoes that erupted before nuclear exposure are going to end up erupting again. That means every bit of lava and magma that has dried is going to blow and burst again. But because it is covering the volcanic hole, put into perspective the pressure that is now building. It is pulsating to a point it's going to... Those rocks are going to fly out. I need every single person to please put into consideration. This is not a time to be in robbery. This is not a time to have sex. Please don't kill yourself, because I really am going to be able to extract every single human being on this earth. It is not a lie. It is very big. There is a multitude of people, but I'm not going to fail my duties as a hazmat member. But I do want to advise everyone worldwide who has a strong faith like myself with God, Hashem, or even Allah or Buddha, or even Jah. I'm gonna need prayers, because after every human being is evacuated and on transportation, I'm going to end up having to stay. I have to end up gathering samples of cement, concrete, I have to get everything here that was exposed. I have to get as many samples of everything that I could get and what I could get so that I can find a way and find a discovery and master my biochemistry training and further my periodic table and elemental biochemistry. I need to be able to find a way to be able to counter this. If I could end up working with AI and other biochemists and we find a way to actually extract or create nuclear treatment which saves the lives of human beings so they do not die from fallout, then I'm going to find a way that I'm going to end up being able to save a planet Earth. But the thing is, I'm not going to do the study. There are certain persons and certain people that have verbally communicated with me, and I have a sworn oath and a duty and a promise, and I am going to uphold that because of their request. So I'm only going to be gathering samples and furthering my study that way. I am probably going to end up using dark matter, and I'm going to end up putting dark matter around this entire Earth. I'm going to collect a sample of it with a duplicate of dark matter so that that dark matter is not used. I will be able to get rid of it and destroy it. But I'm going to end up replicating this Earth the way that it is, going through what it is. And I'm going to test it. I'm going to have to. I'm just going to do it in a different way where I'm safer. And nobody's on the planet. But I'm going to figure a way to be able to counter this type of stuff. Usually the saying is, there is no way. But that's actually incorrect. In the periodic table, if we are able to form the periodic table elements together to create water, to create fire, to create earth, dirt, cement, nuclear, atoms, molecular structures, the earth itself, the atmosphere, clouds, the rain, then I am able to put together the proper measurements, the proper fixtures, the proper specifications of the periodic table to create the proper mixture and the proper elements to where I could form the perfect counter measure for nuclear exposure to the earth and atmosphere. I just have to collect the samples. I know the periodic table and the elements of the atmosphere and of this earth. I do have that into consideration, but what I need to figure out is I need to do the samples of all of this and put together, okay, this is what happened to our earth because of the exposure. This is how it changed, and this is what came of it, and it's happening very fast. I am going to make sure that the aerospace units are there. We are going to have an evac. Bomb shelters are not safe. I repeat, bomb shelters are not safe. Everyone up there in Yellowstone, you need to vacate. I repeat, you need to leave the state of Yellowstone. I need you to exit. I need you to get out of your houses. I need you to gather all of your clothing that you can. I need you to leave behind everything else, the furniture, the beds. I need you to, and I am sorry to ask you to do that. I know it's money, but for your own safety as a human being and what is really happening and going on, I need you all to leave. Because the way that that's going to erupt, it isn't just going to be a boom. It's going to be boom, 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 boom. And then all of it's going to be one big hole. Every single house that's on the outside, you're going to be in the hole of the volcano because it's going to blow all of USA. No lie. It's going to blow up all of USA. Every living thing. And then the volcanic and the core is just going to continue to spill out, and it's going to cover the entire earth. That's the saddest part about it. And to the person who ended up coming up with the theory and having the revelation about the Albert Einstein, yes, sir, you are correct. Another planet where they ended up doing something. Moles. But still going to save their life. We will deal with verbal communications. Nobody wants to die. I don't want to die, and I'm not going to fail this, and I'm not going to fail you. I may be a pissed off man. I may be a hardcore, violent motherfucker. I may be a strict nuclear division member. I may be a brutal fighter. I may be a skilled warrior and a skilled killer, especially on optic camos. Testing me. The only thing that I can tell you is ever since my eruptions, only time they got me and actually killed me and cloned me was when I was asleep. Pansies. You're freaking pansies. You ain't nothing but guppies. You scared? Scared? Why? Because of how many years I've actually held down this front line. Protecting, defending, extracting my own DNA, cloning my own self back with it. I'm very smart. I'm very intelligent. I do have a brain. Yes, there are some choices that this brain I'm probably ruining. But there's always quick injection. Wonderful joys of PhD and mastering biochemistry and doctorate. This is the message for all of you kids. Stay in school. Go to college. It's worth it. It is very highly worth it and very highly good for you. No lie. On to the matters. Yellowstone. Everybody in there, I need you to get out. Wyoming, all of that, I need you to leave. You need to vacate that scene. You need to vacate that location. And you need to get out of there. Quickly. If you feel any vibrations or are hearing any of it, I do confirm to you, that is the reactions. You're welcome to come to California. I highly suggest that you understand most of the main cities, big cities, there's a lot of gang members that aren't really caring. To every single one of you people out there that are still in active, robbery this, robbery that, murder this, take this daughter that, I need you to seriously put into consideration that needs to end now. You need to start considering human life. And you need to start considering that you are a human being. I'm going to save your life. Upon me saving your life and everybody else's, even though I know some of the mole cops and mole military forced you to kill some of my real, and said, oh, now you could join? Yeah. Please see my face. Knock it off. End it. It's done. You're a human being. You're not an animal. Act like a human being with intelligence. Think. Not just vocabulary. Oh, I could flow. Oh, I could get a girl's pussy wet. That's right. I get it wet because I keep it tight and that's what's said. Da da da. Because I can rhyme. I got the time. You already know I can continue to shine. Well, guess what? Forget that. This is now a matter where the entire earth is in danger and I'm going to save every foreign and domestic human being no matter what. After that's done, on that next planet, you try that gang life bullshit, I promise you the trial you will hate. See my beard. See the DNA of Abraham Lincoln. See the nose. See the eyes. See the way my eye sockets. I'm not playing around, and I'm not Abraham Lincoln, Arthur. Sorry, not gonna work. Oh, I cloned back Abraham Lincoln. We could kill him. No. I know that move. No. No. Objection. Order. Order in the court. Let me make this a little bit funny. But please, no hysteria. Every single person who is an active gang member, as would be considered, please forgive me for the way that I have had my voice. Please do not take offense for the stand that I took. But like you say on your checks, I'm just flexing. I'm letting you feel how focused my mind is, let alone how strong my core and soul is and passion is for my military and nuclear division patches and uniform. My A-class uniform, because of how many years I've served, from top of the shoulder down to the bottom, stripes all the way up to my elbow. I'm not a soldier you want to fuck with. Forget your gang life, forget your rape, forget your prostitution and human trafficking. We now need to come together as people. The time for change is immediate effects. You need to knock it off. Let them go back home to their families. Stop kidnapping them, trying to steal money. Money ain't gonna mean jack shit once Yellowstone erupts, because it's gonna blow up all USA. And then the entire core is just gonna continue to spew out and cover all this earth. Time to wake up. You're a big boy? Oh, you're a man? Oh, you got a man-sized dick? Okay, put your man-sized pants on and join me. Stand like a real man did. Be a hero. I need you to educate these people. I need you to help me be in the line as if we were in elementary school in a fire drill. We are going to be entering aerospace units. We are going to be with other people, other families, and we need to have respect. Because anybody that gets out of line, it ain't going to be Rodney King. I will literally magnetize you to the ceiling and handcuff you to it and leave you there for everybody to laugh at. Be like, look at the big boy. He put his big boy pants on. Oh, he put his big boy pants on and thought he could step to me. Look how he lost. I'm not messing around. My leadership is legislation, constitution. I've been a hero to foreign and domestic for years. Ask Birdman. Ask all of the OGs out there. Ask about the rap movement from East Coast to West Coast, where our flows and our movement was to educate all of the children to stay out of gangs. Hi, how's it going? I was a leader in that. I was one on the front line in military, and they asked me a suggestion. What would be the best way to stop it? I gave my suggestion from East Coast to West Coast. We were stopping West Coast, East Coast, gang rap violence where they were killing others thinking they were competition. Hi. How's it going? I'm no Eminem, but I am a foreign domestic well-known hero. And I'm gonna be a hero to this planet. I don't want your credit. I don't want your gratitude. I don't want your thanks. I want to see the men who say that they're men, but say that we're animals, start acting like real men. It's a choice and decision to be an animal. You know that as well as I do. It is a choice and decision. The way we act. So how about we act like real men? How about we act as real people? Like the excitement that happened when the abolishment of slavery happened. Or the African Americans that stood out in Jerusalem and said, we are being forced to attack. If we don't, they commit necrophilia or murder ours that are in another nation. They're running us as slaves. We don't want to attack Jerusalem. We don't want to invade. We don't even want to kidnap your women. Okay, then get out of here. Go back to Mama Africa and alert them. Bund them. And they did. And I came here for you all. I came here for your ancestors and your people. And throughout all of that, I succeeded and had to extract my own blood and DNA and clone myself so I could continue it. I'm here now on another operation and mission. This one, the entire freaking earth. This isn't time for sex. This isn't time to go pimp your women out on the street. This isn't time to make money. If we all die, it meant nothing. Start making a choice and decision. Because if you're going to be an animal, I'll leave you here like one. No lie, I will leave you here like one. I'll be the animal. And I'll show you I'm alpha. Cool? Comprende? Is that understood? You want to see your families, right? You want to see all of that stuff. Because what I remember, that was pen needle Morse code. Because we got trained and we went outside. Came up with an idea. What was the idea? Music to cover our comms and wires. Oh, good one. It's working. Crap, we got to figure out another communication. Do you understand Morse code? Pin needle by the mouth. I'm OG. And I'm so old it's scary. So respect it. Because I'm trying to respect you and only give a verbal reprimand. You want to think that you're being made a bitch? Fuck that. Wake up. The entire United States of America is about to blow up from a volcano. You're not a bitch. I'm waking you up to where your mind stays focused. To where you actually put your big boy pants on and become a man. And become a hero. Like your African American people that left this nation after the slave days and the abolishment of slavery and got freed. Yet they were attempted to being forced to invade Jerusalem. But they left and they never came back here. They went back to Mama Africa. They went back to their homeland. They went back to their families. Put that into consideration. When you're sitting there on the track saying, oh, we're animals, we're this, we're that. What are you really influencing? Are you influencing the Black Panthers' pride? Are you influencing Martin Luther King's actual dream? I'm sorry your people got squirted with hoses because the American white KKK moles only cared about getting away with robbery and having riches and gold and this and that. I'm sorry they were Neanderthals. I'm sorry they were not etiquette. I'm sorry you were sprayed with fire hoses. Would you like for me to spray them back? Because when we land on the next planet, I could do it. And I could hose them with a high pressure. All day long if you want to. I could turn the freaking fire hydrant on full blast and just dump it. Or do you want to look at it and be like, that was something of our past. This is now something where we can actually change that past, but remember that past so that this present can now become a brighter future, because if we just all had a wake-up call, the entire earth is about to be destroyed. And guess what? We have a chance to leave the earth. Use of dark matter by the creation of AI, the creation of scientists and Neil Armstrong, and the idea to have dark matter. We found a way. Long time ago, dark matter was created. I am giving away another planet that we are going to leave from this one to that one so that life continues. We stay alive. We see our families. We see our friends. We still go to school. Which path are you going to choose? You want to be a hero? Or do you want to just be something that somebody looks down upon? Oh, you're just like the KKK. You're just like those men who enslaved all of our African American people. You never understood the actual Black Panther symbol. What the fist of power really meant. It was the power of legislation. It was the Black Panther power of Alpha Sigma Pi. Wake up, people. Black Panther was an Alpha Sigma Pi. It was a fraternity. A remembrance of what their people went through. How they could change it now. How could they properly educate other people so that there was peace for theirs? How could they stop walking down the streets being grabbed and lynched onto trees? You need to know real etiquette. Real education. Because I'm preaching nothing but truth. Look at what happened to the Jewish people. Mama Africa, all you real African Americans, all you real Mama Africa, oh, all you real gorilla, all you real African tribals. No, they were killed and cloned. You know the Holocaust. You know what the stories were said from your ancestors and your grandparents. You know it's been passed down. You know it as well as I do. So what path are we taking? Are we going to repeat the past, or are we going to remember the past and every single movement from that past that people started, like Martin Luther King, Muhammad Ali, Moses, Joseph? What movement you going to do? Repeat the past? Be stuck in that because you're pissed off about it? Because you didn't succeed? Or are you going to be one that raises up and says, duh, it's my choice and my decision. Time to no longer be an animal. Time to put man pants on. Time to be a man. Time to be an adult. What movement are you going to have? I know mine's going to be to save this entire earth and prevent gang violence and every other bullcrap. Instill legislation. Instill order of peace. So don't take offense to my talks about gang members to be rude or disrespectful. Take it as what it is, a verbal reprimand and a wake up to the mind. Oh my God, my third eye is opening. I think I'm starting to understand what he's saying. But in my mental focus and my empathy, am I actually connecting the way that is needed so that I am gaining wisdom from the Holy Spirit of God? I stand with all of my faith. I flexed. I'm going to succeed. You're either with me or you're not.